happy gardeners. Welcome back to Stinky Ditch Nursery. We've got Katie on camera. Say hello, Katie.
Hello.
The ray of sunshine that she is. Right, what we're doing today is we are going to be planting out our cyclamen seeds that we got going about 6 weeks ago. Now, what we did was we washed the seeds, we washed them in soapy water. Look at the videos. Did them in my kitchen. It's something you can do in your kitchen. The seeds that we have started germinating here are from 3 different types of cyclamen. We've got the cyclamen coum, Katie's spinning. This is the winter flowering one. And the seeds we've germinated come from a white flowering one. Then we've also got these, which are hedifolium. You can see different types of leaf pattern on them. They're in flower at the moment. We're in late October. And we've also got some gracum here. Now, gracum are the one from Greece. As you can see, they sort of emphasise on the veins in the leaf, the pattern, as opposed to the hedifolium and the coum, where it's more like this sort of Christmas tree sort of shape in the middle. But there we are. Anyway, these seeds have been in my airing cupboard for the last 6 weeks. And we've got some germination. I've been checking them every 2 weeks. So let's have a look. And for this, I have clean hands. I mean, Katie, I don't think I've ever done a video with hands so clean, apart from the nicotine stains on the fingers. They're pretty clean for me. Mind you, looking at them, I really need to sort my nails out. Anyway, Katie, spin in here. Look, now you want to keep clean when you're doing this, if you're getting into your seeds. So I'm going to be ever so careful. Now, this one are the header white pointy. So they were hedifolium white, like this. And let's see how they've done. They've been in here since, what's that say? The 1st of the 9th. Crikey, they've been in here quite a long time. I have been checking them every couple of weeks, though. So keeping everything as clean as possible, we have got inside here, crikey, it's so exciting. Katie, can you even? There we are, look. Now, I've got some seeds that are just starting to sprout. You may have to spin the camera in a little bit. Can you see that one there? You see the little bit of sproutage coming out of that. Can you see it, Katie, on the camera? You can just about. There's another one there that's just starting to sprout as well. This one here, just starting to sprout. Sorry, my fingers are so filthy. So, as they are just starting to sprout, I'm going to pop these ones back in and I'm going to check them in another week. So we'll just pop that one back in and do that very carefully. If your paper towel is, I think one of my, I've checked these already, I think one of mine below, the gracum one, is quite dirty. You can change the towel if the seeds haven't germinated yet. Anyway, I'll put that back in. And there we are. We watched a zombie film last night, ladies and gentlemen, didn't we, Katie?
We did.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. Now, just in case someone else has been confused about this for years and years and years, Dawn of the Dead is not the sequel to Simon Pegg's parody Shaun of the Dead. And Dawn of the Dead is not about a woman called Dawn either. But there we are. Katie and I had a very confusing conversation last night. We watched the film now. It's good if you like zombie films. Right, Katie, spin in. Here we go. Now, here are the gracum seeds. Now, this is this plant here, the one from Greece. They're a little bit more tender than the hedifoliums and the coums, so you probably need to keep them in an unheated greenhouse. That's what I do. Now, in here, this towel has got a bit grubby. I don't know why, but it has. So I'm going to be changing this when I get home, because if we open this up, you can see that seed there hasn't germinated yet. The seeds are not... oh, we got one. Lovely. There we are. Now, most of these seeds, they haven't germinated yet, and they're not squishy or anything. They're still viable seeds. But this one here has germinated. Can you see that? Yeah. Yeah? It's almost embryonic. Look at that. So we've got that little seed there. I'm just going to pick that up very gently. Very gently. Now, you don't want them to grow so much that the roots grow into, and I'm just going to pop it down there just for the moment. There we go. I'm going to fold this back up, but because this towel is a little bit mouldy and it's smelling a little bit funky, I am going to change that towel when I get home, put another damp towel in the bag and seeds in it, and that will do. So that's going back in, that's going back in. And the last one were our cyclamen coum, which is this one, and these seeds are from a white plant. If you get seeds from a white plant, you get seeds from a pink plant, the chances are you will get the same flower come through, but it won't always come true. This is the beauty of nature. Right, so let's have a look at these. Katie, spin in. And I'm pretty confident that these are ready for potting up, and I will be able to show you how to do that and the next stage of this long old lifetime project of growing cyclamen. So here we go. Here's our cyclamen coum seeds. And as I pull this back, you can see, look at that. These have all sprouted. And they've got a reasonable size little thing coming off of them. Little thing, I should know the technical words here. Can you see that? You're getting a good shot, babe. Yeah? There we are. And so I'm going to pot them up now. I'm going to plant them out. Now, because they've been in an airing cupboard for the last almost 2 months now, if it was cold outside, if we were later on in the year and it was cold, I'd be keeping them, I'd plant them up and I'd keep them in an unheated part of the house, inside, frost-free, for a few months, and then I'd put them outside. They are fully hardy, but as with all plants, you don't want to shock them with a dramatic change in temperature. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop that there. Got to keep it clean. Oh, I'm so terrible at keeping clean. I'm going to pop that there, and we're going to use a mix and a tub like this to put the seeds into. So first thing the tub needs is some drainage. Now you can use something you can buy from the shop, or you can just get these and you can just recycle them. Get them from the supermarket, we'll get them anyway. We don't chuck them in the bin, don't chuck them in the recycling, use them for something, stab the holes in, it will last for years and years and years. So here we go, loads of stabbing of holes. Katie, can you show the people? Look at that, I smashed the bottom of that in really badly. There we go. So that's nice and smashed in. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it with my potting mix that I'm going to put these into. Now this is a mixture of 2 things. It is a mixture of topsoil out your garden, or you can buy it in bags if you want to get some in bags, and gritty sand. And Katie, just spin in so people can see the gritty sand. I've done quite a few videos about this, but we don't want too much nutrition in this. The amount of stuff that you get in topsoil is incredible. It's got a lovely, lovely mix of all sorts of things in there, and that will be all right for our cyclamen at the moment. So I've got this mixed together. I've given it a bit of a sieve with a sieve that's about that big. There we are, like that. And we're going to fill our pot up. Fill them up about like that. That will do us. Now I'm going to water this prior to planting our little sprouted seeds, because if you water it afterwards, quite often the water will lift up the seeds, wash them around, and they won't be in the place you want them. And sometimes they might go too close together and they will not grow as well as they could. So Katie, if you want to show the people, let's put that on the ground. I'm probably going to overwater this now. We'll have to wait for about 10 minutes for the water to come out the bottom. There we go. There we are. Oh. Right, so now that's looking good. Cool. There we are. And I'm going to grab this. First, I'm going to grab this germination seed on its own, because you can take these things out and pot them up as you go, as they germinate. Generally, they tend to sort of germinate all at the same time, so I'm a little bit anxious about the rest of these seeds, but they should be okay. It's a question of just letting the seeds get on with it. And, oh, I didn't put it, I put it on the side there, didn't I? Oh no, what have I done with it? There it is. Okay, here we go. Chaos, absolute chaos. But anyway, there's my little thing there. All right. And, yeah, sorry, there we go. Pop it over there. Oh, Casey, I'm really not with it today, am I? Okay, so now I'm going to pop this back in again, like I did a moment ago. Am I going to say cut and we're going to do this again, or would that just drive you absolutely nuts? She's nodding her head as if to say, if you do that, oh, I just think what you do. Anyway, so I've popped my little germination in there like that, and I'm going to put a little label next to that, even though when it comes up I'll know what it is, just sort of saying gr and the date I'll put it in there. So I've got one like that. And now I'm going to get our coums over here. And plant those out. Here we are, Katie, so if you'd like to spin in. Again, this doesn't really matter that I've got clean hands now, because most of these I'm going to be planting over in our beds over here. Katie, you can spin over, but I'm just doing this as a demonstration so that people can see. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be ever so gentle, ever so gentle, and I'm going to pick them up like this and just put them down. You just have to treat them with the greatest of respect and almost go into a little Zen-like trance while you're doing it. It's a very nice thing to do. There we are. I mean, I could do this all day. In fact, sometimes I do. There we go. And so all I'm doing is just transferring them over and giving them a little bit of a space between them, as you can see. There we are, I'll stop doing that now, everyone will get bored. Right, so I'm going to give those a fine coating. Now, I'm going to use some fine stuff like this. I've watered this already, so we're nice and damp there. And I'm just going to give them a fine sprinkle like that, just to cover them up, like this. All right. You don't want them exposed, but you don't want to bury them too deep. There we are. That will do. Any big lumps, lump them off. But these are really tough plants. They'll be able to push them way up through. And that's it. That is the next stage of our cyclamen growing. After about 4 or 5 years, you get them about this size. It's a long old process, it really is. And the germination the germination time, when they're in the airing cupboard, it can take weeks and weeks and weeks. It can take a long time. I get an awful lot of messages from people after a month or 2 weeks sometimes, wondering what's going on. You just have to let the seeds do what they want. As long as they are looking healthy and they're still quite firm and they're slightly damp and they're in that place, they'll eventually germinate in the end. We'll come back to these in a few weeks, see if they've started sprouting up through. I'm going to keep them in an unheated greenhouse, and well, that's it. This has been Robbie Phoenix down at Stinky Ditch Nursery with Katie on camera, just showing you the next stage of your cyclamen growing that we started, and we're doing this in real time. We started this back in September, start of September. Is it? Yeah? I can't remember. It's all so long ago. Thank you for watching.